A very beautiful afternoon to you, dear listeners. To Sleek 101.9 FM Wiki Delta State, your number one hit music station, the best in African tunes. Good afternoon, Doctor. Doctor, can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear
I
you
need to be
now.
very sure that you can hear us. Good afternoon, dear listeners. To Sleek 101.9 FM, Oweke Delta State, and welcome once again to Fundamental Shift, where we challenge a lot of things you've known over time. We challenge popular narratives and explore ideas beyond the surface. I am your host, the Lady D. But before I introduce who is me, I know you must have heard the voice already. But we're going to talk about today's topic quickly. And today's topic is not something you would expect. It's more of a continuation from last week. It may also trend on social media, and it may not inspire no flashy motivational quotes, but it might just be the most honest conversation about wealth building that we have had yet. And we're talking about making money from boring businesses. Yeah, it's very boring business. Businesses I don't think you would even want to think about. Businesses like storage facilities, waste management companies, like we said last week, if you did not join, also post control businesses, and no glamour, just something you would not think of, no hype, just steady cash inflow. And on today's edition of this particular one, the person that's going to help me look into it is no other person than Dr. Oscar Mani. Good afternoon, Doctor.
Good afternoon.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon and happy Sunday, first of all.
Oh, it's Sunday. That's lovely.
It's not Sunday dear yet.
So,
It's not Sunday dear yet.
oh, it's Sunday here. I was just kidding. That is why we have fundamental shift.
Also, you want to question why today is Sunday?
Yes.
Oh please, oh please. It's too early. It's first of March at least, if at all. Let's just go with the flow for now.
All right.
So how's your Sunday
Thank you.
going and how are you doing?
I woke up kind of late, but I'm here, and in my usual self, it's just a mindset. I'm gonna get there. Yeah,
Okay, that's fine. And thank you very much for joining us today.
my pleasure.
Hope you're ready to finish what we couldn't finish last week.
Yeah, it's just a short part. We'll do it, and then we'll see if we can take as many questions as we can, and just have conversations with people who are thinking about starting their own businesses.
All right, then. So that means we're going to open the phone lines today very, very early. I will try my best, don't worry. Though we get carried away, but we're going to try our best. We're not promising,
Okay.
but no, we're promising somehow. So quickly, let's go to the business of the day. And we're going to start with something. Let's look at why boring. Let's look at what we're talking about, boring businesses today. And what exactly makes a business boring? I mean, when you say boring, I mean, you can either define it as not exciting, not trendy, does not attract attention, and it doesn't solve everyday problems. But everyday problems are
It solves
constant.
it solves it solves everyday
You think
problems.
it does?
Yes, it does.
Oh, really? So why do you think boring businesses often produce more stable wealth than trendy ventures? And how do you mean when you say it
Because
solves everyday
because it's not
problems?
trendy. It's not trendy.
Okay?
Boring jobs are essential. No, they provide services for essential things that people need on a regular basis, that you don't even need to advertise that much for people to look for you. They just need to know where to find you. You don't need to repeatedly go to them. They will repeatedly come to you. That's what makes it boring. That's why it's not trendy. um, that's why people who understand wealth will go into boring businesses rather than the trendy, flashy AI techs kind of businesses.
Oh, really? So when you say these businesses, they are everyday or they solve everyday problems, what kind of businesses are you looking at or are you talking about?
All right, let's begin by looking at what many people want. A lot of people spend lots of time looking for how to run a business, or even for what kind of business they want to do. So they'll go online, they'll read books, they'll listen to podcasts, they listen to Fundamental Shift. And of course, Fundamental Shift is not just about wealth building, it's way more than that. And you'll find lots of books and more telling you how to become a millionaire. it's good. Some of those books have the information that you're looking for, but they will keep you, probably keep you stuck in a loop, because you just want to do what those books say, and you don't realize that what most of these books talk about are AI, cryptocurrencies, all those flashy technological things and things that people think are big businesses. In a carnation, it will be building a hotel because that is what everybody seems to be doing
Or
now.
probably a
As
lounge.
or probably a lounge or
Mm-hmm.
a food venture that you don't have a dream for. So a lot of people will rush into this thing. So you find that most advice you will get from people from books and podcasts may not work, because they're not tailored for you. They've not been truly tested for you. At best, they will not be usable for you, but they will be good advice. So business is not about finding something that is trendy. It is finding something that you are passionate about. Identify a gap in the needs of people, and then finding a way to fill that gap and distributing your services or your products to fill that gap. It's not always about following the hustle, which is what we already talked about. Actually, really stop following the hustle. Everybody in a car nation who has some money somehow wants to build a hotel, wants to build a fast food or something that, oh, people are rushing because you see a crowd there. But if you look at sustenance, and there are clear examples along that Lagos Asaba road that I don't want to mention, of places that were always filled with people and you thought they were making a ton of money, but 1 year, 2 years down the road, they're not there anymore. And so that's like following the hustle. You're doing the in thing, the thing that's around. But what we're talking about boring business is the business that allows you to be yourself. And with the right attitude, you'll be successful in nearly every industry that you go into. Remember last week we said that 90 to 95% of businesses, new businesses, fail within 5 years.
You said three. I remember.
Three succeed, 3%
No, you said within
succeed.
3 years. They don't stay up to 5 years. You said
Oh yeah,
they
within
fail
three
within
years.
3 years.
Within three
Yes,
years,
I
yeah.
remember very
Yes,
well.
in 95, in
In 100%, 95
five
business.
years,
Yes,
in
in
5 years, only 3% will be there. Many of them die off,
three
but that doesn't
percent. But that
happen.
I think you should be quite lenient with that 3%. Probably you should say five because 3% is quite scary. The more you say it,
But it's 3% for all these trendy businesses. Most of them don't last even up to 3 years. Now, if you look around, you find that most of the businesses don't succeed. A lot of people don't have the cost to close up, but they are not truly doing business. Now, until the landlord, they can't pay their rent anymore for their space, and the landlord kicks you out, and that will be your excuse. You
what
will
if it's
always
an
tell people
online business? What of online businesses?
even in online businesses, a lot of people are jumping into online businesses that, you find that once one person is doing it, everybody wants to do it because it's trendy. And within 6 months, most of them will fizzle out because you are looking for an online distribution. That is not what you need to do. That will not build you wealth. It will make you money instantly and it will fizzle out after the initial glory days. So when we're looking, what we're looking to do with boring business is that you want a steady, listen, building wealth is not a sprint. It's a marathon. It's a journey. No, it's not a destination that you say I'm running 50 years and then you sprint the fastest person to get there and you think you've made money. You have to sustain money. It's not just making money and not sustaining it. So there are so many other intricacies which we have been handling on the fundamental shift. But realize that what we are talking about today and the boring businesses is about you building wealth. Don't
Okay.
don't see it as a sprint. And what I mean, you are not like running a dash and then you see you get all the money in 6 months, your business is over. That's not it. So building businesses takes time. It's a journey. It's incremental. It is you reliably making money on a consistent basis. So in a boring business, it provides essential services like when I stopped you,
Yeah.
but with consistent demand.
How do you
So that's why I
mean?
say no. It's essential, consistent demand. The only difficulty for some and in some places, and that doesn't happen mostly in Nigeria, is that there's a high barrier to entering into some of these boring businesses. But it's a reliable source of generating significant wealth that many people don't look at. They don't see it. It is simple to run. You always focus on operational excellence. So that is how you are better than the other person. You know what you are doing. And when I say they are boring businesses, it's just because they provide services that people need, not just what people want. You have talked about waste disposal.
Yeah.
In the car nation and in most areas of our listening, where our listeners are, people use septic tanks. Let's begin with that. They use septic tanks. These septic tanks fill up. How do we empty them? We open the top of the septic tank. That's the sockaway. That's what I'm talking about for
Yeah.
people who don't know. Yeah. So you open the top of the sockaway. You get people with buckets to bail them out. Is that the most efficient way of doing this business? And how many days will it take you to do that, to bail it out? You probably spend half a day to remove the top. Then you spend maybe 1 2 days, to bail out. You still need to find where to put them. So let's leave that because that's common. And then the smell, the inconvenience, the exposure to poor health that you have exposed yourself, no, and the fact that you are going to be paid next to nothing because it's not a one-man job at this time. You are going to divide whatever you will get from doing that, and then you have to put back the top again. No,
They pay for
increasing the
they pay for putting back the top.
yes, you have to. You have to pay a bricklayer, a mason to come and refix the top for you. So in those days, they used to leave a small opening, which they have stopped doing now. They just seal all the tanks and build two chambers. No, but that is just looking for easier ways of prolonging your or postponing the problems. But the fact remains that if somebody has a reliable septic tank uh, draining system, all you need is equipment. So this is why there's a barrier into entry because you need this specialized equipment to go there with it. Just like those people who distribute water from the boreholes that sell water.
To yeah,
Yeah.
true. You just need a generator or a tank. But now the problem is where do you empty these stains you pick you drain from septic tanks?
So when you use a bucket, where do you empty it into?
Most times people dig grounds in their compounds or close and empty it
Okay,
there and cover
which is
it.
also further exposing you. No. So there are landfills. We do have them. By that Alehami Junction, if you go there, you see all those sand that no, we've been looking to fill that landfill. There are areas that you can uh, put things that will generate and become manure that can be reused because it will fertilize the soil. No, of course, you make a deep compost, you make it over years and leave it for a long time. So those are the entry barriers that they have. But in some societies, the government is responsible for, or somebody buys a landfill, no, and then you pay for dumping whatever you are dumping in the landfill. So that is two businesses now that is coming up that are boring. People will continuously have septic tanks that are full. The second best boring job I can think of in that town is, hey, a few years ago, I think when Dr. Kowa became governor, we were thinking about, okay, how how will people in the Boji metropolis, how will they dispose of their garbage? Even up to today, we don't have an effective way of disposing garbage. Government has come and more or less like split the town into quarters and assign different individuals uh, to dispose of garbage in those
True.
areas.
True.
Yeah, and then but who pays for their services? You, the individual, pays for their services.
Yep.
So
The
why is
masses they
government
pay.
even interested in that? Government should not be interested in that. Leave it for open competition because these guys that have been assigned by government to dispose waste products in these quarters are not doing their job. Sometimes Slick FM has, I've heard Slick FM call them to come and do their job.
Sometimes your
It
vehicles
shouldn't
are
be
very
that.
bad.
Yes, because there's no competition.
There is competition.
Not
Uh,
when government has assigned you, somebody is responsible from the Owa Road or Wiki Road to Convent
yeah,
to
true.
Abraka Road. One person was assigned that block. That place could provide 10 businesses, this area that I've talked about. So my take on this is that government should let it go, let the people dispose of their waste, give them a place where they should put the waste. And so let it be open market, open competition, and people can do that. Every day people are going to dispose of their waste. They will not need no every day you people on Slick FM are announcing don't pour things in the gutter when it rains because it will block the gutters. Why do you think people do that?
Some people do
You
not
pour
want
it
to
in.
pay. It's not like there are no functional things. Some people do not want to pay. Some complain the money is too much.
Okay, the money is too much because there's no competition.
There is competition.
Where is the competition? The competition is in allowing it, make it an open market. Can you today, you yourself, open up and go and begin a waste business, waste disposal business in that town without somebody telling you, no, you can't come into this area?
I don't think there's anything like that because I'm not speaking very well from facts, but I know right in Agbobi, there are about three different vehicles that come there to carry
Okay.
waste.
Yes, three different companies. That's what you mean.
Yes,
Not
one is I know one is the old ancient one we're used to the environmental whatever, and then another one I think about two others come. So I think it's quite competitive.
no, it's not. You haven't asked. No, go out and ask and see that it's been compartmentalized into areas. I hope some callers will call in with information on this so that we can clarify this. My
Please.
finding is different from what you're saying. I know that somebody is assigned a block of area, the same way in the Agbo side of Bojiboji Metropolis. They carve out an area and say, this is for this person. I think whether it's political patronage, I have no idea. But I know that one person
I don't think
alone.
that's true. I
Yeah,
think it's the same
we'll
people
find out.
everywhere. They just have different days.
What do you mean?
They have different days for different places. It's just the same person, the same people rather.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Okay.
What I'm saying is that in the waste disposal business,
Yeah.
when it first started, no, they brought in government provided or was going to provide the disposal bins, which they
Okay.
didn't do. No, which they didn't do. They did it haphazardly because they made people to buy it. No, and so today there is no standard bin that is used for waste. That is a problem already.
True.
There's no standard container.
I agree.
There's no standard container because there's no competition.
Okay, I see your point now.
There's no competition. It's the same people who are doing. No, somebody's been carved. A space have been carved out. If I come and I tell you, Lady D, from Ika Grammar School to Abraka Road to Convent Street or to Kobe Street to wherever, it's your responsibility to empty the garbage. You can charge whatever you like. You can do whatever you like. But if people come and register with the Ministry of Health or wherever and say, I'm going to do a waste business, you go out, whether you are going to Agbobi or you are going to Owalero, it's your prerogative. You go around, distribute your own garbage bins, make it easy for you to come and pick up, and you have regular pickup days. If you don't come, or if your prices get too high, I try another vendor.
Okay,
But
true. But
yeah,
I don't think
so
we have that.
that's no, we don't. I know we don't have that, but
Now that's the
that makes it
problem.
that's so this is a boring business that people can
Very
explore.
boring.
No, if government is going to step back and allow waste disposal to be free for all, just register it, give them guidelines, and let the market decide who survives. The other boring business you can think about it. Every day, people are building more and more
Houses.
smart houses,
Okay.
kind of. No, and you are going to need a plumber on a regular basis. There's no month that you stay in a house that you won't have one plumbing problem or the other. At the very best, 3 months you won't have
I can stay here.
plumbing. Yeah, people. If it's a house that is busy, people are going to need plumbers, and plumbers don't charge heavily. They come there, do their work. They are making quiet money. Now, we are moving up to where people are putting in a lot of air conditioners in their houses with the solar system that people are beginning to buy. These air conditioners are going to break down. They will need repairs. They will need fixing. This is another boring business that people can think about. Um, Electricians, your switch is going to become faulty. Some people are building, what do you call that, chapel kind of living rooms. You will not be able to climb up if you are 50, 60 to change your light bulbs. You're going to need somebody to change your light bulbs. You're going to pay that person for their services. The light bulbs will go off. The light bulb, because of the fluctuations in the electricity in our area, the light bulbs will come and go at it. When NEPA comes, or what would you call it, BEDC now, when they take light and bring it back at infrequent intervals with high loads and low loads, your bulbs, their lifespan, alter. And then you require, I know that in my house, there's no 3 months that I don't call the electrician to change bulbs. And it's usually more than 10 to 20 bulbs that he changes at the same time.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and then you pay for those things. So what a boring business does is that it provides recurring revenue for you. There's a local market dominance, so you don't need to go to Asaba or Benin to advertise. It's just local around you. There are things that you are going to find. The other thing that limits the entry is that most of them require skills. You cannot just wake up and become a plumber or an electrician. But with the waste that we're talking about and the garbage disposals, you don't need extra skills for that. Now, if you are having a rental equipment shop, either to do, we want to dig. What do? We call outside men. We say we don't have our people again. We call them to come and dig our circulars. You can use a mini excavator to do that, and it will be done for you in 30 minutes. One man will operate it. You pay for the rental. But how many of our people are going to do rentals? No, everybody's running into Okada because that is the in thing, that's the trendy thing. But nobody is going to think about, okay, people are building houses, cement mixing machines. We manually still mix cement. But you can buy or invent or rent equipment that you use to mix cement. Even up to ladder, people rent ladders. If I know that I can get, all you do in your shop is to rent ladders of all kinds that are safe for people to use. That's a boring business. People are going to need ladders because they're building tall houses. Look at all those roofs that we're making now. Those pointed,
Pointed
whatever
roofs,
I would
yeah.
call it, beautiful roofs that we're making. Who is going to climb to the top of those roofs to fix them? How will you even assess where the problem is? All these boys who are buying small drones can turn it into a boring business. Learn how to fly drones to inspect the roofs.
Sure.
And somebody will pay you for those services because it's easier to use the drone to look at the roofs, find where the problem is, and then when the person is going up to the roof, he takes whatever he needs so that he doesn't have to go back and forth and fall and die for no good reason. So we need to think about all these things, and it's not trendy. None of these businesses that we have talked about in this 5 minutes is trendy. None of them is flamboyant, but
None.
they make money. No, they make money. The thing about them is 90% of them will succeed in their first year, unlike
Okay.
the trendy businesses. No, and no, there are some that I haven't mentioned because they're not common in our area. No, things like storage spaces. No, because like in developing countries, people don't like to throw their things away, so they go and rent a space and put it in there. And every month they'll say they'll come and clear the place out. They never do.
But they keep
They
paying
never.
for it.
They keep paying for it. No, it's not expensive. Maybe a storage space that you pay, like $20, $15 every month. So it's money you don't need to discuss that with your husband or your wife that I'm going to pay $15 to store this. But when you are paying $15 every month in 1 year, it adds up. The man who has the storage space probably has like 30 or 40 storage spaces, and people are paying him $15 a month for 30 storage spaces. He doesn't require to be there when you come,
Doesn't need
and
maintenance and all of
it
that.
doesn't need maintenance. Does no, and our people tend to are beginning to get to that area where they hoard, and when it gets to the time when it becomes a problem, people might think about storage spaces. Small spaces, you buy a small piece of land, put spaces where people can come in at their own time, at their own leisure, and they use it. And they pay you little money. But little monies every day become big money.
Yeah, the
And
future of support
the
are
thing
making
is that,
mighty ocean
yeah,
true.
you are not paying electricity, you are not paying for water, you're not paying for any maintenance, you don't need even security. So it is there, it's making you money. Of course, in our place, we might need security because one person might just decide that you are going to take other people's what other people don't want and then make it your life. No, but that's one way that people need to think about making money. There are other no, boring businesses. As we go along, whatever I remember, I will bring it up.
Okay, if you're just joining us, it is Fundamental Shift on the Sunday afternoon show, and I am the Lady D, and we have Dr. Skamani here with us. And on today's edition, we're talking about boring businesses. We're talking about businesses that yield income, but they you could term them as boring. We're just simply talking about making money from boring businesses. Right now, I'll open the phone lines because we promised to make today quite conversational.
Conversational.
So I'll open the phone lines very early. So I'm going to open the phone lines now. You can call in to ask your questions or drop your opinions. The numbers to call are 0916 2001019 or 0916 3001019, or you can send messages to those numbers or to our WhatsApp line on 0916 8001019. I will take the numbers again: 0916 2001019 or 0916 3001019, or you can send messages to those numbers or WhatsApp line on 0916 8001019. And we're talking about making money from boring businesses on the Fundamental Show today. Hello. Hello, good afternoon.
Yes, I just cut off for a second, but it's okay. Before the calls come in, no.
The calls are here already. Hello.
Oh, okay.
Hello, hello, yeah.
Good afternoon. This is Slick FM.
I'm Sheriff calling from Benin.
Welcome to the program, Sharif. So tell me, what question do you have?
Oh, comment.
I'm asking, is cobbler a boring job?
Is what?
Cobbler.
Cobbler.
Cobbler, shoe repairer. Yes, it's a boring job. It's a boring business, not a boring job.
That makes a
Yes,
lot of money, I'm telling you.
yes. That's it is. No, other things that one can think about. Let me ask you. In that town where you are, in whatever town, whether you're in Benin or in Urumi or Boma, where they hear us, how many places can you go to wash your clothes by yourself outside of your house?
No, we only have laundry.
Yes, you
That
don't.
You said
No.
you only have
use your
laundry.
clothes out and wash.
You only have laundry,
Yes.
which means you are going to take the clothes. And I'm not only talking to you; I'm talking to everybody, including my host. No, so there are no places that you have laundromats. No, a laundromat is somebody who put machines and then you go there. There used to be one along Lagos Asaba Road by there's a bank there now, just across from where Zenith Bank, the old Zenith Bank is. There used to be a laundromat there. I think it was operated by one of your hands, but it didn't survive because people did not understand it, or he passed and there was nobody to continue it. And that is one of the problems with boring jobs too. When the operators get old and tired, their children usually
Okay,
don't come.
so
So,
I'm still trying to say,
You said?
is it that boring job pays more than the normal job?
it pays consistently, and if you manage your money well, you will become you will become wealthy without the extra effort that people put to do 10 different jobs or the trendy jobs. That is the benefit of a boring job.
I appreciate. Thank you.
You're welcome, and
Yeah.
thank you for calling.
Yeah. So I didn't intend to hold him. I thought he was gone already.
We have another call.
So,
Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon,
Good
Dr.
afternoon. This
Skamani
is Slick
and
FM.
Lady D.
What's your name and where are you calling from?
I'm Engineer Fortune calling from Portugal.
Welcome to the program.
Doctor, thank you very much for this topic. Thank you for all the boring business is listed. I want to ask, like car parks now, especially now that the town is growing, the number of vehicles, would you consider that as also a boring job? Building of car parks, public
Car
car parks.
parks, yes. Laundromats, car washes, even are boring businesses. People will wash their cars. Just have a good car wash and have a good excellence. I said operational excellence. That is how you excel. Car parks, build a car park. No, this one, especially in those marketplaces where they stop the what's it called? The local government officers will come and hold your boot your this thing. In Benin, for instance, you park your car in certain areas, you have to pay. So people need car park spaces like that, and there's zero maintenance. You just need somebody to open the gate and collect your money, and you are moving on. People are going to, those are boring businesses that people need to think about. Repair companies, pest control. Of course, I'll talk about pest control because yesterday I discussed Lassa fever, and that raised my awareness. Yes, pest control is also a boring business, but this is something we need to begin to embrace instead of buying tapia and traps and playing with rats and getting Lassa fever and dying. We can use pest control people. I know that people are going around spraying areas now to kill mosquitoes and kill the weeds. And yeah, but we need that to be on a consistent basis. I need to be able to pick up my phone and call somebody and say, come and fumigate my yard. That's a business.
Anyways, it's still fundamental shift, and if you just join, we're talking about making money from boring businesses, and you can join in on the conversation now on 0916-200-1019 or 0916-300-1019, or you can send messages to our WhatsApp line on 0916-800-1019. Hello, good afternoon.
Let's go let it be.
Good afternoon.
The vibrant lady,
Welcome
I
to the
am
program.
General.
Welcome to the program, General.
Dr. Oscar Mann. I hear.
Yes, sir.
Please,
Thank you.
we that other people that we used to do barbing of hair, that is barbing salon, is the way we do culturally. Is it a boring
Yeah.
job too?
People will cut their hair. People will groom. Those can fall into the class of boring businesses. But it gets to a point where it becomes glamorous, and then like people who run salons, they begin to add this and add that, and multiply the business. Like you put a vending machine, which most is not common, with candies and things and biscuits, and people will just while they're waiting, they buy Coca-Cola, they buy Sprite, and you need to organize it. But unlike what General is talking about, there's no
Yes.
particular business center. People just go and cut their hair anywhere. You need to open a business, a door, so people know that this is where, or they can call you into their houses too to cut their hair if it's safe enough for you. Yes, you can consider that a boring business. No.
Okay.
So, see, the thing is, they are simple to operate. You need skills to operate them. There's low competition, and it's not very difficult to start. Most of them,
No,
you don't require money. You don't
people of
require
your
huge money.
area here,
It's-
they emulate it very well. Because they look
Yes.
as if it is only outside people do operate that kind of businesses as culturally.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Thank
Well,
you.
thank you very much
Yes.
for calling.
Let me tell you another boring business that I noticed growing up in the car nation. A lot of people are looking for accommodation. So you don't have the time most times to go around looking for a house. Can you still hear me?
I can hear you very well.
Okay, all right, yeah. So many people are looking for houses and they don't have the time. They go to a management company. But the management companies that we have are just rentals. They just help you rent a place and move on. They can convert those rentals to also management of those properties. So instead of me that I'm not in town and I have a rental property, which is few, and we'll talk about that next week. I sent you the topic already. That was
Yeah.
what I thought we'd talk about today. Yeah, no. But, there are few rental properties, but all these rental properties, the owners don't live in there. They shouldn't be the ones to come and maintain it. You who is doing the rental business can also become a rental property management person, and you repair, fix, you go around there, check there, you get the contracts with the tenants in there, that you come in either every 3 months to check and make sure that the houses are where it is. If it is a wear and tear thing, you fix it. If it is the destruction by them, they pay for it, and it's fixed, and the buildings remain, and the business grows, and you don't do much, because these are essential things. No.
Okay. Anyways, before the calls start coming, I don't think we have messages. So let's look at the psychology of glamour. I mean, there's something psychological happening. Many people don't just want income. You understand? They need validation. They want validation. They want to say, I own a tech startup. They want visibility. They want to feel innovative. I mean, they want to be like, okay, when you were talking, you say, oh, that's a tech bro, that's a tech girl. But over time, I understand that wealth does not reward excitement. It only rewards consistency. Now, Doctor, social media distorted our perception of what successful businesses look like.
It's the world does not survive on the big businesses alone. The small businesses are what holds any economy. The American economy, the employment opportunities that are here in this country don't come from government jobs or from the big tech company alone. They come from the small businesses, the mom and pop stores that we call them. Mother and father decides to put their money together and they open a shop and they hire 30 people. So now they are feeding 30 families. Those are the things that sustain the economy, because not every person can be absorbed in a tech company. The few successful Googles, Apples, Microsofts, they are few and far in between. They make money. They hire hundreds of thousands of people, yes, but not everybody can fit into those areas. Yes, there's glamour in saying you're a tech guru because it's the hustle. That is the hustle mentality that people have. It is the same thing that you see in the Boji metropolis. All those young men making money from God knows where have the hustle mentality. And what do? They do what every other person is doing. And in 5 years, most of them are selling off because they don't have the passion to do what everybody was doing that they entered into. So, fine, there's glamour in talking about cryptocurrency that you don't truly understand, that the world doesn't even know how it works. A lot of people I met this last visit kept telling me I'm into cryptocurrency. What's cryptocurrency? How do you make money from it? A lot of people don't understand that. It could be a scam at the end of the road. So how many cryptocurrency businesses survive? I had the data on that. I have to look for it. I think it's less than 40% of them that survive. It's way less than that now in their first year, and I'm not talking 3 years. So there's glamour. There's no, and that is why I'm talking about boring businesses, because people think that if you are not in the hustle, if you don't have the hustle mentality, no, you won't survive. There was a time when I was growing up in that town, in the Boji area, the hustle was transportation. Every person you knew had a transport company. The CETs, the CJKLUs, the Mamos Work, they have named them. I'm sure you don't know these names that I'm calling as transporters.
No.
Yes. But in the 70s and the 80s, every one of them was a major transporter because transporting was paying. And so it was the end thing. Everybody went into it. And they have 10 lorries, 20 lorries, 30 lorries. But they never slept because each time the lorry went to Kano or went to Lagos, until it comes back to Boji, you didn't have peace because it could have been in an accident and there was not sufficient insurance to buffer your businesses. So the liability was all yours if anything happened. But that was the trending business then. Don't go with the trending business. That is what the boring business tells you. And yeah, the glamour should be in the comfort that you live with, the amount of money in your bank account. That should be the glamour, not in the clothes you put on.
Okay, so we have some questions. We have some messages here, and this one says, "Good afternoon, Sleek FM. Doctor, I've just said the truth about the waste management. The truth is that there is no competition on it. It is the government that assigned people to do it, and the compound I stay in will be here 4 tenants to pay 7,500 in a month. How many waste did I trash in a month? I am Victor texting from Agbo."
Okay. Thank you, Victor.
So it says, "Hi, good afternoon. I'm Goodness from Edo. Is hairdresser a boring job?
Yes.
Does it give you enough money?"
Yes, if you operate in an excellent environment. No, if you're a hairdresser, what do you need to do to be a hairdresser? No, you need to recognize your customer. And when I say recognize them, they are not a number of people who just come into your store. You need to have repeat customers. No, opening a salon in a new Bini market is not a boring business because you are not dependent on repeat customers as much as you are dependent on people who are passing by. No, so to make it truly a boring business, so it's a yes and maybe a no in some ways. You need repeat customers, people who understand your skill, that you know how to do hair to their tastes. No, and so they will come to you, they will call you, they will wait for you, and they will book your time when you're not available. At that point, it becomes a boring business.
Okay. So let's look at what makes boring businesses win. Let's examine why these businesses often not succeed. So why is there, there is low competition from trend chasers, high demand stability, repeat customers, like you just said, essential services, and very, very predictable revenue. Now, these businesses operate on necessity and not novelty. Now, Doctor, is necessity a stronger foundation for wealth than innovation?
Both are equally strong. Yes, but the innovative businesses require intense capital. It requires you're creating a new niche. You're looking for a bigger gap in the needs of people that you want to fill. There's a problem that you are thinking to solve at a different level. But for the boring jobs or boring businesses already, the needs are there. The cost of startup is insignificant compared to what you need to go into the innovative businesses. You can start some boring jobs with as low as 50,000 naira. You will say, no one, I lie. There are boring jobs that you can start with less than 50,000 naira.
50,000?
Yes.
Is that not rather too small?
Yeah, you might think it's too small. General called and talked about haircut. No. If you are a skilled person who understands how to cut hair, no, what you need is your clipper, your scissors, maybe a duster, a neck fan that you put to cover the person. You might not even need a store. And people who understand your need will call you to come to their houses to cut their hair. When I used to use barbers, no, it's been quite a long time still going to the barbers, whether in the US or back home there. I used to get people to come to me to cut my hair, but for so many years now, nature has taken care of that, so I don't need a barber. No, I can do it myself. My wife can do it for me, or it doesn't even matter sometimes to me. But there are people who are not in that level, so people will need to cut their hair, and so you can start a good business of haircut with at most 100K. Think of it.
Okay. I think I'll think about that.
We didn't even talk about things like cleaning houses, cleaning offices. No. How much do you need to start a cleaning business if you are going to be cleaning offices?
If you're going to be cleaning offices, I think you need money somehow.
How? What are you going to need the money for? To buy your broom and a bucket?
I think life as pastor, you have to use. Imagine you're going to clean a newly opened house, a duplex, and you're going to use broom and all of that. I think you would need other things.
Such as?
All those sophisticated things for cleaning. Imagine you're doing that alone. How many days would you clean the house?
No, it depends on the size of the house.
Okay.
The new house that is being built, and you go in there, you negotiate something reasonable. The man wants to you to do the service because he has heard about you, or you have convinced him that you can do the service. In many cases, you ask him to pay you half of the amount that you have charged him, and when he gives you that, you have your starting business. Your starting costs to start your business.
Okay.
So yeah, you don't need much. You just need to be diligent. You have to show that operational excellence. People have come to clean houses, and after they are gone, you start looking for another person to clean your house because they didn't do a good job. There are people who have cleaned houses, and you recommend them to other people. That's how it is. You have to be operationally excellent. You don't need intense capital. You don't need to go to a bank to take a loan to start a cleaning business.
Okay. We
Think
have a.
about it.
I think.
It's not see, no, what we are doing, especially in our area, in our listening area, parents are encouraging their children not to learn any skills. They will tell you school is a scam. Laboring is a scam. There's no dignity in labor in our area. That has become part of the problem. People are buying their children cell phones and computers to hack into other people's accounts and steal their money. And some of these children don't even know that what they're doing is called thieving. You're a thief. Let me be down to earth.
Oh,
I
please,
have
doctor.
interacted with a young man who was 18. His life goal was to build a house and buy what he called Spider. I think he was talking about Camry. And I said, so if you are now 19, you are thinking about building a house and buying Camry. No, what will it be when you are 30?
He should be
No
thinking of a
idea.
business at that time.
He will be dead because how is he going to build a house at 19 when he has no skills, he has no education?
Now God
What do
the
you think
runner.
that he's doing?
I don't know, but
No,
now God the runner.
yeah, he was supposed to be learning to become an iron bender, what we call the, you know what I'm talking about.
That would
But
waste
he will
time.
never show. Yeah, he will never show up. The mother has succeeded in buying him an Android phone, so he hangs around. He goes to hides in corners instead of being at the shop learning the skills that he's supposed to learn, and he's pressing the numbers. And the parents will tell you that it's a hustle. That's not hustling. That's stealing.
All right, we have a question here quickly, and doctor, we are very way behind time. So it says, is tailoring a boring job? A message from Masaba. Quickly, doctor, you have less than 1 minute 30 seconds.
It's tailoring a boring
Job,
business.
yes. I don't think
If
so.
you're a good tailor, it's a yes and no, actually, uh, because the competition is low. Um, but no, there's a barrier in coming in because you need equipment, you need skills. That's a barrier to become a tailor. So if you have that tailoring skill and you have the equipment that you need, then you need to be operationally excellent. Yes, it becomes a boring business. The problems with our tailors, every tailor knows what I'm talking about, and every person who has used the tailor knows what I'm talking about. They tell you to come and take your clothes next week, and you will get your clothes next year. That is there's no operational excellence, and so nobody wants to keep patronizing you, keep going elsewhere to make clothes. And suddenly now people are now beginning to buy clothes and put on, and then tailoring will become less important if you people don't become operationally excellent in your delivery time. That is their biggest strength. They don't deliver. They tell you tomorrow. Their tomorrow means next week or next year. You can't do that. If you cannot deliver it tomorrow, don't say tomorrow. If
Okay.
you want me, if I give you my clothes, if I bring my clothes for you to make for me and I say I need it next week, if you know you can't do it, decline. Not be every food person they chop.
So can I
Tell me
call
that
to
you
you
can't
at
do
this
it.
point because we're far behind time? So I would say your last word.
Really?
If you have last words to say to your dear listener, you have about
I've
30
said it.
seconds.
I've said it already. It's become operationally excellent. No, and this goes to not only tailors, to every other person, even
Okay.
those people who have their shops that are not considered boring businesses. When you do your inventories and your stocking, stock in such a way that people can get what they're getting. And when somebody buys something from you that is not good, don't expect them to bear the loss. You are the businessman. Take it back. It's not going to kill your business.
Okay.
No.
All right, thank
Yes.
you very much, Doctor. And dear listeners, to close today's episode of Fundamental Shift, let's remember wealth does not care about excitement, it responds to value. And the grass is not greener where the spotlight shines, it is greener where discipline waters its daily. And sometimes the path to financial freedom is not glamorous, it is practical. And perhaps that practical is the real secret. I am Lady D, and thank you very much, Dr. Oscar Mani, for joining us today.
My pleasure.
Do we hope to see you next week
Yes.
with a different topic?
Next week, I know what I'm going to talk about next week. I'm going
Okay.
to talk about the cost of urbanization.
No
so
problem.
prepare.
All right, sir.
And the subtopic is going to be when a small town grows up too quickly.
All right, no problem. I am the Lady D, and this has been Fundamental Shift with Dr. Skamani. Stay thoughtful and goodbye.